Stop the hustle and grind. So I haven't even shared with my friend Bo yet because he's still in the green room back there. But I developed this topic today out of some frustration that some people saying it's all about the grind. You got to grind, grind, grind. And I thought, why do I have to grind, grind, grind? There's other ways of doing things, and I think that leveraging technology and automation is one of them. And the hustle, hustle, hustle gets tiring after a while. So let's go find Mr. Bo. Where is he? Hey, there you are. Hi.
Hey, buddy, you're bringing a little different energy today, and I kind of like it. I kind of like it.
What do you like about it?
I don't know, because I think you're on edge a little bit, and we're going to talk about this. This is great.
I am a little bit frustrated, but my mentor Jim Rohn says turn frustration into fascination. So
I love that.
Rather than being frustrated and have a heart attack, I'm fascinated.
Yeah.
You see people and they always talk about the hustle and grind. And I think that it's a neuro-linguistic tactic to get people to say, this is the way you got to do it. You got to hustle and grind, so that they go out and hustle and grind and then they recruit other people into their organization. I'm speaking kind of like the MLM, network marketing.
Yeah.
Or kind of any business. You got to get out there and you got to hustle. And then people do that and they put more energy into it. Whereas if you could figure out how to leverage something, it makes it a lot easier. And I would think a person would work more, not harder, but more if it was easy. Dun, 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 dun.
Are you a windshield wiper right now? Is that what you were just doing?
A lever. I'm a lever.
Oh, a lever. Okay. I thought a windshield wiper is kind of what I was visualizing there.
Well, imagine having, when it's raining out, that you have to take a paper towel and stick your hand out the window and do this so you can see where you're going. Somebody got creative and created a windshield wiper so you could click a little switch and it does it for you.
Yeah, and matter of fact, you talk about automation, right? Some of them have a sensor within to know that it needs to turn on. Why? Because it avoids you even had to flick a switch.
So that is part of my frustration of stop the hustle and grind thing. And maybe there's other ways of doing things. And this program that we talk about, MailBoxPower, to be able to send postcards, greeting cards, and personalized gifts, does that for you. And I'm just fascinated when I show it to somebody and they go, oh, it's interesting. And are you using it? Even people that I've got that have bought into the program, they're not using the program.
Yeah, I think what happens, there's a little paralysis of analysis, right? That happens. And we go back, Brad, for when I first showed you the program, right? We're at AGC and I kind of showed you the process of like I need your address link. You fill this out. It's going to actually send you something, and I'm thinking, well, this is the coolest thing since Pockets. And yet you and many others thought, well, that's pretty cool, but it still didn't drive that, hey, sign me up.
But that's kind of my point. I'm getting tired of maybe going for these people because they know how to do real estate. You get a business card with your picture on it. You go to networking events, have beer and have coffee and hand it out to people. Be your best friend, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's hustling and that's grinding, and it takes a lot of time to drive across town to have a coffee meeting with somebody and give them a business card, and then follow up on them and all that kind of stuff. So I'm thinking maybe my market is more the young entrepreneur that isn't pre-programmed.
Okay. But yet I understand the reason to stay in the real estate space, because we have realtors that have found this to be literally the best source.
But maybe best program young realtors that have not been programmed yet that this is what you do. You got to download the cards, get the business cards. We've got them for $500. And then you got to go to your networking event and make sure you talk to a lot of people, hand out a lot of cards.
Yeah.
There's easier ways, I think.
There are. And I know that the real estate agents that I have talked to about this program, this system, are head over heels in love with it. But some, it has taken months. They finally had it hit when they finally said, I'm going to spend a little bit of money and I'm going to send somebody something that's going to knock their socks off. And whoa, the reaction's so good. Now it's like, oh, I get it now, right?
Well, speaking of real estate, I would probably guarantee there's a guy that sold us our first house in Golden Valley. And if he would have put me on a drip campaign, because I haven't talked to him for 7 to 10 years.
Yeah.
If he would have put me on a drip campaign and just said, happy birthday, Brad, for 40 cents, I would probably go, you know what? we're about to buy a house over in Fridley because we've been out of there, I would have called him.
Yeah.
It would have cost him 40 cents for 10 years. What's 40 cents times
That's $4. That's $4 for a several $1,000 transaction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead, we went somewhere else.
Right. And you're not going to stop all of those, but a lot of those in that space, they understand that somebody else might come into their life. There's a new relationship and they join a club and that club has a real estate agent. So then they start working their way and they got a tighter relationship. But to do nothing is a terrible idea. So how about at least have something that is keeping you top of mind? It's helping you stand out a little bit. It is staying in touch, especially if it's personalized and authentic, right? But many just don't do it. And then they wonder why they don't get the call back. And I know we can find stats anywhere, right, about any industry. But you can certainly look in the real estate space and say, what is the percentage of people that use the same realtor 2 times in a row kind of thing, right? It's not very high. And that's not how it should be. That should be a relationship kind of deal, right?
Even your average marketer knows that it's harder to get a client cold than it is to get a new customer.
Yeah.
Or to use you know what I mean?
And you deliver in today's market and get somebody the home that they want or help them sell the home that they need to sell. Their friends are going to know about you, right?
And the referral element of it.
Right.
That was another thing that kind of got to me because I was at my morning, I guess you could call it Rotary networking.
Okay.
But nothing's really happening. I mean, it's the same routine.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm kind of like, even though I'm kind of semi-retired, I want to do something. So I wish there's a real estate friend of mine, not a friend of mine, acquaintance of mine, Mike Jacka, that he runs the Minnesota Real Estate Investors Association, RIA. They have a program in their thing. It's called Haves and Wants. So if you're in real estate investing and you have a property that you want to sell, I have this, it's this many square feet, this many bathrooms, and someone says, hey, I want to know about that. Or then the wants get up and they go, hey, I'm looking for a multi-dwelling apartment complex. Anybody got one of those? And now you get something done.
Yeah, there's intention there, intentionality.
Yeah, and then there's other people that just go out and they just hustle with their business cards and
yeah. I love the specificness, though, right? Of I have, and I want. And
that's my pre-programmed. I'm trying to relearn my old brain because I've been in the event business for so long that I know that if someone's planning an event, they need a caterer for food. Kind of an easy fit, With this thing, it's a postcard thing. Anybody can use postcards. Everybody can send personal gifts. And the fit is what? Real estate agents, insurance companies.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, it fits all of them, but how do you get them to understand it?
Any sales rep. And I think that's something that's neat about this system is that it can also do either one-offs or maybe a non-automated. I'll give you an example. So I sent AGC, right? Our group, that's where we met, Accelerated Global Connections. Those of you that are seeking a networking community, right? There it is right there. Those of you that are seeking that, and I mean from across the country, check out Accelerated Global Connections. Go to joinagc.com, right? Because you don't have to be local. It is expanding across multiple states. There are things that are live, but there's also virtual meetings, and you get a chance to network, and it's not industry exclusive, right? But so anyways, that's the pitch about AGC, but that's how our lives intersect. That's how we came together. And there was a toy drive, right? You were part of this. The meetings were during November, I believe it was, and part of December. They were collecting toys to be able to donate to Toys for Tots, right? And some of the leadership team of AGC, some of the captains, right, were able to deliver these to Care 11 or something like that. They ended up on the news, right? It was kind of cool. They had a snapshot and there was Santa, and they donated these things from the members that came, right? Loved it. And AGC and Travis and some others shared the picture that they had, right? And Care 11 down in the corner or whatever it was and had Santa. I saw it and I'm like, you know what? That's so perfect. Because one of the things that AGC tries to do is give back. So not just connect people, but give back and do good in the world. So I took that picture. I used MailBoxPower and I created puzzles that had that picture on it.
Great.
And I sent it to everybody that was in that photo. So it came with the card saying, thank you for what you're doing and what you did. I recognized that, right? That they helped lead that. And then they had this bag of looks like a broken puzzle. They opened the bag up. They have to put
they put themselves back together like Humpty Dumpty.
Put themselves back together like Humpty Dumpty. Yeah, 12-piece puzzle, not the hardest thing in the world. And it had that picture, right? And so it didn't take me very long. I basically created the card. I created the picture. I added it to the cart. I used a merge field. I picked the 8 recipients or whatever that were on there, 7. They all received it. And it was something that was a one-off, if you will. It wasn't an automated pitch. I'm not selling them anything. It was just taking a second to say that was really cool. Now they're going to probably put that puzzle together, but keep the puzzle intact. It'll sit on a desk. It'll be somewhere, and somebody will probably see that. And it creates a conversation about, well, what is that for? What did you guys do? Who are these people? Well, this is AGC. It's our networking group. I think it's a great opportunity to promote AGC and what we do, right? And so, but I would have never done that.
No way.
Created that and sent that interactive gift, which I think the puzzles are so interactive and cool. I would have never done that without a system. And because the system works that well, I did it. And off it went. Travis tagged me in a post yesterday. It was just like, wow, that was super cool, right? I didn't do it to get tagged in a post.
That happens automatically, though, with this.
It just happens automatically. It really does. It's crazy. So there's so many different ways to use this. I mean, I look at the realtors, right? I look at the insurance agent. I look at all these people in sales. If they have a social media presence, if they're connected to their clients and their prospects, and when they see things happen, capture that moment and send it to them in either a greeting card, send it to them in a poster, send it to them in a stick up, send it to them in a coaster. Here's another example. Right now, a lot of people are thinking about next year, and there's people that have they make New Year's resolutions, if you will, right? Yeah. Commitments. There are those that pick a word or words that are going to define their year. I know several people that go down this. They go through a kind of a planning strategy session with other people and say, "What's my word? What's my one thing that's going to drive me this year?" So, and when they do that, those people that are intentional about that, they generally share that on social media. And if you see that, capture it and send it to them as reminders. We have this thing called stick-ups, right? They're amazing. They're like felt or like pliable stickers that don't leave residue that can be put anywhere. Take that word, create something cool around that word, and send it to them so that they can stick it somewhere as a reminder. Or send them the greeting card or send them the puzzle. Anything that is all about them. Because they're going to really, really remember that you sent that, and they're going to appreciate that.
Well, I use the puzzle thing for my wife took a little family photo of her son and his girl and the daughter and us all gathered together, and I made a little puzzle out of that and shut off. I
love the puzzles. Yeah. I do. So
they're cool because they build on the what is this? What is this? What is this? Then I see what that is, and they put it together, and I'm together again.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's one of the coolest gifts that we have. That can be personalized, right? Because it's the most interactive of all of them.
You've been in this longer. Do you know if they have those little birthday candles that you light them and then they blossom open?
They do.
Yeah, those are great.
They do. And matter of fact, they have this continuous like playing the music.
Yeah,
it'll last for days if you do not like destroy it and get in there and pull it like the whole thing apart. I mean, you could throw it in the trash and literally 5 days later it's still singing. So. But they do. They open up. It's like a lotus flower, and then all of a sudden,
it's pretty cool.
It's like a torch. They've got some great things like that you can add to any package for birthdays and things like that. So, I don't know. I think, but somebody receiving something like that puzzle, that might be the one thing that finally now I get it. This is unique. This is different. This is attention grabbing. This is really thoughtful. This is personalized. Mm-hmm. But when I sit and talk, you and I sit and talk about it, people are trying to imagine what that might feel like. But when they actually get the thing in the mail is when it's like, that's where I have a disconnect, is that after somebody receives that and even reaches out and even tags you and does something, says, wow, this is so cool. But then they don't do it. Like, no, you understand, like you can do this too, if you want to have that effect. And it's for me, like the amount of people that have
I think
signed up and never did anything.
A big piece of it is like my logical brain sees something and says, why don't you just get that? It's It's kind of like when you go to a restaurant and people are challenged with, what should I have? There's so much on the menu. I go, it's all edible. so pick something.
Yeah. Probably going to be happy.
Yeah, there's too many. So I think maybe with MailBoxPower, there's a lot in there.
Yeah.
But that's some of the benefits. I mean, the whole concept of the campaigning and the list building. I've got that list of opportunity seekers, and I bought that list of real estate people locally here. I got to do another mailing. Here's my real estate postcard. Real estate.
I love that. I do. I don't know how that doesn't grab somebody's attention. And I know there's noise, right? There's a lot of things coming in everybody, but some of those things have to be compelling.
I put this on here. It says,
yeah, I got mine.
Scan later.
Yep, I received mine.
So they can kind of relax a little bit. They don't have to take action right away. Hopefully they can.
Hold on to this card. By the way, your Rudolph in the Snowstorm is still one of my favorites. And I know you said you borrowed that from somebody, but that is just so clever. It's so good. You get your attention. For those
my mind was blank. I couldn't think of anything. I thought, what could be more simple than this? So just white.
And it is totally simple. Yeah. So back to the topic, the hustle, right? The grind it.
Yes.
For
this
many
right
people,
here.
and I think for most people, it's not sustainable. You can grind, you can do it, but truly, if you can set some things up that do the grinding for you, if you can you go back to work smarter, right? Not so much harder. I do not live to work, right? I don't get out of bed every day because I want to work. No, I work to live. I have to do it. It's part of what we have to do. And so I'm going to do it as hard as I need to do it. And probably not a lot more.
Well, I was listening to a guy this morning. He was talking about how he got into business, and he used to work construction, which is hard work. And he used to have to go to Home Depot and buy product. And he said he was in the aisle looking for stuff, and he saw some guy that was all frustrated. He looked real frustrated. And the guy says, "Can I help you with something? You look like you're a little bit upset. Maybe I can help you. What are you looking for?" And the guy says that he's got a leaky toilet. And he couldn't figure out why it's leaking, because this guy didn't know how to do stuff. Well, a construction guy had knowledge, and he shared with him, there's this little wax ring you've got to get, and you put that on there, and that makes a seal. And that way it doesn't leak. And the guy goes, "Oh my God." He gave him $100 because he had that idea. And this was a light bulb for this guy that used to work construction, realizing that I can get paid for what I know, not what I do.
Aha.
So if people only knew how easy this was, they could get paid.
And then you add that side of it, right? The fact that there's even an affiliate program for something like this. And as a company, they had you can do this a lot of different ways, right? They could be running ads. They could be paying, not having, just have the employees, they have that process orders and just do like a lot of companies do, right? They just advertise. They spend money to get people to do it. But they looked at the model and said, this is the more effective model. Let me reward the people that refer people to the business and push the word of mouth. That's perfect.
And just so people know, this isn't a multi-level marketing pyramid thingy. It's just an affiliate program. And that's something else that some people don't realize, is that all that is a middleman between a product and a service, or a product and a prospect.
Yep.
It's pretty simple.
I'm an affiliate for multiple different things that I can make a penny here, I can make a nickel there, because there's no reason not to. If I'm promoting something that I think is effective and works, and the company wants to pay me up to a certain limit, if they have, some of them have caps and rules, I'm perfectly good with it. Why not? I've used a Stitch Fix, for example. When I refer that out, I've got a coupon code or whatever. And there's a wellness company that I order from all the time that I could share a link to that would put them with me and get me paid. I have RPG Coffee. I have a link that if somebody buys it through the link that I have, I can make a little bit of money. And it's okay because I use the coffee. I like the coffee. Why would I not talk about it? Right?
What
are you doing over there?
I was looking for, I've got actually my own affiliate program here.
Yeah, you got your own entire program.
Yeah, right? Because the affiliate marketing model is fascinating to me. This is just for people that actually want to be a marketer and want to promote what I'm promoting.
Yeah.
But what was I going to get to? I was going to say something. I forgot what it was.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I was going to say this is a strategy that I'm working on because you know how Amazon is. They got real small commissions. They used to have better commissions, but everybody knows about Amazon.
Yeah.
They've got an affiliate program called Amazon Associates. A lot of people don't know about it, but they do. So my strategy is the way that the Amazon cookie works. It's a 24-hour cookie. If you get someone on the site, it stays there for 24 hours. And
that's it.
Buy something, then you get the commission. Doesn't matter what it is. So my strategy is to find a higher ticket product, some kind of tech or something, you know, like cameras or
like a solo stove, like a higher priced fire pit.
Something that's higher priced. And then what I do to get them on the site is a low price thing, like a book, like maybe a book of fixing appliances for dummies, or you know, how to be a photographer.
Sure.
And I would put that out on the internet. If they click on that and they go on Amazon, if they're on there, it would be the model would be more what do you call them, like addicted shoppers?
Yeah.
Or impulse buyers.
Yep.
Where they get on there and go, oh my God, I should have got this for Tammy. I was doing this before, probably about 2 years ago, and I was promoting podcasting equipment.
Yeah, sure.
I looked on my thing, I saw somebody bought a BB gun.
And you were promoting podcast equipment.
Right.
But yet you still made a nickel off that BB gun.
At $10 or something like that.
Oh, you made $10, huh? That's
back in the day, they had bigger commissions.
Yeah.
Now it's down to 3% or something like that.
Yeah, and I think there's no shame in it. The only place that it would be, I think, it have a kind of you wouldn't feel great about it, is if you're promoting stuff that you know you don't like or don't work. Now Amazon's a little different, right? Because they just need to land on the site. They could buy anything from there. But you weren't promoting the BB gun. You're promoting something different that you believe is good. If I promoted RPG coffee, but I don't like it, or it's terrible, and people buy it and they have a bad experience, that's a different thing. I don't think it's worth doing that affiliate model. Other people say,
that's interesting you bring that up, because I did a post on Facebook, because I don't drink. I'm a non-drinker. I don't do alcohol. And I posted, would it be okay if I promoted and made money off of like craft beer breweries?
Sure.
Is that ethical?
What's your take?
Well, my take was, why not? If I don't have nothing against alcohol. I just choose not to do it myself.
Right.
So I think it depends on how you sit inside yourself. Like if you're promoting something that's like if you're a vegan and you're promoting, you know, butchering cattle
just to make money. Yeah, like there's a conflict of interest there, right? I think it's that, or if you know that there's this miserable product out there, and so let's just say, for example, you fast forward and both of us have a little bit of a following, right? And I'm not saying we're influencers, but we just have some people that, you know what, they generally trust us because the things we've shared about seem to work, and we're not sending somebody down this path. But all of a sudden, we have a product that we're promoting because there's a big commission behind it, but it's terrible. It delivers a very poor experience. To me, I couldn't. But there's plenty that would say, hey, if people want to buy it, they buy it. And if I can make money, that's how I'm going to make money. I couldn't do that. That's a character issue. It's not beyond conflict of interest. So I think if that's the case, if you just stay in that lane of, you know what, I'm going to share what works. I don't even remember the name of it. I bought a different thing, a competitor to Solo Stove off of Amazon. I haven't talked about it, shared about it. But I should, because it was less expensive. It's got in my opinion, it's better looking. It's super cool. And I could talk for days about it. That's the type of thing that I have no problem saying, hey, try this out. Because I think
it's better for your network too. If you end up doing something that's no good, like you ever sell a lemon car to a neighbor or relative?
It's not going to go well.
No, it's not.
No. But so you're right. As long as you know that it could have an effect on somebody that's negative, and that word gets out. If people love to talk about a bad experience, much more than even a good experience, you're going to end your time of making any money in that space pretty quickly, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
your reputation.
Yeah, but I love the affiliate concept. Multiple things that can create, if you push it, can create a stream of income. But at the same time, I love that I have plenty of things that I'll refer out that they don't pay me. right? Because if it was always about money, there's a challenge there too, you know?
Well, they don't really have to pay you, but they pay back karmically. If you refer someone
Exactly.
to a great restaurant or something, they say, "Hey, that was good. I really appreciate it."
Exactly. And that's why, like, certain times when I have a very good experience, particularly like a restaurant, I will take the time to do the review. I'll take some photos, and then I get a thing from Google. Wow, you're popular. You have your views or your photos have 11,000 views, and you've got this and that.
My
Cool.
wife does that. I should probably do more of that. I was doing it on Yelp for a while, and it's interesting because you do get some play out of it.
You do well, and I'm looking at going. I had a great experience at this restaurant, and if I can help promote them, awesome. The owners, they don't even have a clue that I really probably. I mean, they respond to me, thank you for the great review or whatever. But look what happens now. People are looking at going, I'm going to go to eat there, and if they had a good experience, that's just going back to the karma thing. I'm not getting paid, but
Mhm.
it's helping the restaurateur and stay open and driving some traffic. Cool, that's great. So
Well, look, we've got here our friend Mike.
there he is, right there. He probably came on at 9:02 and was like, "Where are these guys at?"
No,
They're out.
according to this, he commented at 9:29. Where you been, Mike? Do you have a tardy slip?
Wow, man. Hey, so what are you thankful for, man? We're ending this year off. This is it. It's our last visit for the year. What do you got?
I'm
Year in
thankful
review.
for my health. There's a lot of people, COVID or not, just people that are talking about cancer, people that are getting their legs cut off, people that are just sick, people that have parents and stuff that are moving on. I'm
Yeah.
very, very healthy. I'm thankful for my health. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't get headaches. I don't. I don't limp around. I'm 64. I don't have any issues. I haven't been sick for a long time.
It's awesome.
So I'm thankful for my health.
I dig it. Good. I would have to say I'm the same. I'm thankful for that as well. Right now, my household is healthy. It was a year ago on December 26th, I believe, or 27th, that my dad had his heart attack that sent us through a wild year, right? The heart attack was one thing. He made it through that. And then he had to go home, and we'll get to February when we get there for that flashback. But I am thankful that he is still here. That's number one. Man, I am thankful. So we had celebrated Christmas, and my oldest daughter, got my wife and I a gift. Each of us got our own package, and she said you need to open them at the same time. Okay, so we open them, and we each received a hat, ball cap, with the University of Minnesota Gophers. And I looked down, I looked up, and I looked down, and I looked over at her, and she said, "I'm going to the U." And my wife just bawled. And I have to say, I got a little teary-eyed because she was down to the U and Marquette. And Marquette's like 6 to 7 hours away. And if she wanted to go there, I supported 100%. But I am so thankful and grateful that I get to see her more often next year when she goes to college, because she's going to be close enough, right?
Yeah.
And it was a cool way to deliver it. We didn't know. That was her reveal, right? Of that's where I'm going. She knew for a long time and just
Or
held out.
when you opened it up and it was a gopher cap, did you know?
When I first opened, I saw it and I thought, just my mind went blank for a second. Like, why is she giving me? Because I'm a Hawkeye fan, right? And I had already received some Iowa Hawkeye gifts. And then I'm like,
That's pretty cool.
I looked at her, I looked down, I looked over, and then I knew right away. I'm like, oh, this is great, right? So that was super cool. I'm so thankful for my children and their drive and determination themselves. I mean, I know we talk about grinding up, but they work hard. They're good stewards, they study, they do their things that they're supposed to do. And I'm thankful for that. And then I'm really thankful for the year of business that we've had. These last couple years have had challenges. And I'm really excited what 2022 is going to bring. We're adding one to our team, which is going to free up some opportunities, hopefully help us grow a little more. And so there's a lot of, I could focus on a lot of negative things, but I've historically focused on the cup not only being half full, but it's refillable. And
it's easy to focus on negative, but it does nothing.
It doesn't. No, we're gonna sell our RV and get out of that business and minimize that and have to make some other changes. But so I don't have anything to complain about today. I'm gonna be done today. and then I got 3-day weekend again, and it's all good.
Are you going to do anything for New Year's?
No. Historically we don't. It's not worth being out and about. I will be home with my crew. I've got one kid who for sure is working. The other ones will be around, but probably avoiding parents. And no, Saturday, obviously the Iowa Hawkeyes playing a bowl game, so where everybody in the world's gonna be watching that. And New Year's Day, if you're a Harry Potter fan, there's a 20-year reunion Harry Potter thing on TV.
Oh.
And my youngest is a huge Potter fan, so we're excited. We're gonna watch that.
When is that?
That's on Saturday, New Year's Day.
Yeah, watch that. Talk to my wife and see watch it.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be great. But many of the cast members will be back, and I don't know what network it's on, but I'm excited for that. So
we got a comment here from Victoria Potter. I don't know Victoria Potter. You just mentioned Harry Potter.
And what are the odds of that?
It says there's an old story of a member, old Joe. 3 teams had worked on a jet that was broken down. No one could. I got a feeling this is a joke or something, so I don't think I'm even gonna put it up there. I'll read it later.
You're gonna filter it first before you show it?
Yes, because it's long. It's a paragraph, and it's very small text. So I'll read it later rather than put it on the video.
All right. Well, thanks for commenting,
Thank you, Victoria.
Yeah, thank you. Well, that's it. I think that's what I got.
Okie dokie, Smokey. It's very good. I'm gonna check in with that Potter thing because I know my wife likes that kind of stuff. It might be kind of fun to binge that with this weather. I got one of those.
I love it.
Victoria says it's not a joke. I'll check it out later, Victoria. Appreciate that. I'm not sure what it is.
Awesome.
I demand an itemized bill. I'm not sure. Might be a political thing. I'm not sure. I got to understand it. I don't know what it's got to do with this, but I'll figure it out. Okay.
Right.
Tune in next week, Victoria
Next week,
Potter.
we'll be back.
Okay, I'll put you in green room. See
you, buddy.
Well, that's the show for today. We're talking about hustling and grinding. Stop doing that. Go with the flow. Water doesn't try and flow. It just flows. And grass doesn't try to grow. It just grows. Leverage. Use technology. And live your life. So have a happy, happy, happy New Year. Be safe. Don't be mean. And we'll talk to you later. Peace, love, and happiness. This is MagicBrad signing off. Enjoy the rest of your day. Be well. Be good. Be safe. See ya.